some of you were raised with really controlling practices around food. You have to at least try it. We're not leaving this table until you at least take a thank you bite, or no dessert until you are a clean plate.
Can I just interject with a story?
Tell it.
Okay. So when I was growing up, I had a best friend and we kind of did everything together. And one summer, I guess, and I was probably, I'm going to guess 12, somewhere in that range, not fully a teenager yet, but like knew my own kind of mind or whatever. And we were spending time with her grandparents and they had a boat. And it was like a boat that they slept on. And her grandmother had cooked us dinner on this boat. And she and I and her brother were eating our dinner that her grandmother had cooked us out on the back of this boat. And her grandmother had cooked spaghetti squash, which I will just say, none of us were a fan of. I don't think I'd ever had it before. And because that just was not a part of my family's food culture. And we like looked at it. I think we tried it and we decided it was disgusting. But the rule was to go to these rules about food. Mm-hmm. You may not have dessert until your plate is clean, right? That was the rule. You have to finish everything on your plate. And so my friend and I and her brother all looked at each other and we went, let's huck it overboard.
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew that was coming.
Word to the wise. Spaghetti squash floats.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So we're sitting on the back of this boat, like hoping that her grandmother does not come out there as we're trying to take like a paddle or something. We're in the marina, right? We're in a marina and we're trying to get the like spaghetti squash to like go over to the boat next to us so that nobody could see that we'd thrown the spaghetti squash over and we could actually get our dessert. And I think about that story and the fact that spaghetti squash floats and I giggle, but also I think that there was some pretty, clear messaging there about the hierarchy of food.
I was just say, you have to get through the indignity of spaghetti squash before you get to the glory of ice cream, right? You set up this hierarchy of foods, and we do that all the time in our culture. And we see it with babies, that if somebody hands a baby, never had anything in their mouth other than breast milk or formula, hands them their first bites of solids, right? And so if we give them a slice of a peach and they hold on to it and they're sucking on it and they're kind of licking it and they'll make a face and they're like, and what the parents or the grandparents will say, oh, look at her. Oh, it's juicy. Oh, she likes it. If you hand that baby a piece of steamed broccoli and she licks it and she kind of gums it or whatever, and she makes the exact same faces because she's never had anything in her mouth other than her breast milk or formula, and she starts making faces and we go, oh, she doesn't like it, it's bitter, oh, she's just like you, she doesn't eat green food, or all the things we say about. And so from the very first bites of food in our culture, we are establishing this hierarchy of foods.
And